We're real fortunate to be able to work with some of the Thumbelina carrots that they were growing in the Oklahoma gardening this year. And as you can see, they're very small. Even some of the smaller ones I've gone ahead and left whole. We're going to pickle these. Actually, it's a marinade. It's not a pickle that you would put in a jar and can with a water bath processor and so on. This is something that you'll put in your refrigerator and use within 2 or 3 weeks. When you first bring carrots in, one of the things you want to remember to do is that they have these beautiful green tops on them most of the time, and they look dramatic and they're very attractive, but you want to go ahead and cut them off rather than putting in your refrigerator. The stalks on those carrots are going to draw moisture and vitamins and nutrients out of the carrot so that you end up with something that's a little bit less nutritious for you and a little lower quality and quite a bit lower in volume. Once you get those off, if the carrots are really fresh, then you don't need to peel them because the peel on them is going to be very, very tender. So we've left the skin on these. You want to scrub them with a scrub brush, of course, because they are going to be coming right out of the soil. You want to make sure they're clean. Don't worry if you have a few little roots left on them, however. Those will be fine. They'll just be part of the food that you eat. They may look a little bit more ragged, and this may be something you want to do it this way for family, and if you're going to have company, you may want to do it a little bit different. These are pickled carrots, as I said. We've taken about a pound of them. We're going to put them in a saucepan with just a small amount of water. As I said, if you have some small ones, you can go ahead and leave them whole. You can see this size is quite a bit different than some of the bigger ones, so that we don't want to have a dramatic difference, although that one is fairly dramatic itself. We'll add a small amount of water to this. Then we're going to put it on a saucepan and pre-cook them or blanch them just for a little bit. We'll bring them to a boil and let them simmer for about 5 minutes. Cooking the carrots for that short 5 minutes will make them a little bit more tender. It'll also make them absorb the brine a little bit better later on when we combine them with the other ingredients. It doesn't do a lot to harm the nutrients because the nutrient in this one that we're primarily concerned about is a provitamin A or previtamin A, and it is very, very stable to most heat conditions. So we'll have pretty good luck retaining most of the nutrition even though we've done a little bit of cooking. We want to combine the rest of the ingredients. It's very, very quick. We're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And if you choose to, you could decrease that a little bit because we're not worried about keeping this as a preserved product for an extended period of time. I'm also adding 3/4 of a cup of vinegar, 3/4 of a cup of water. Now the vinegar, you can use whatever kind of vinegar you like. You can even use homemade if you've got it, because this is not one that we're going to can in a water bath canner, so we don't have to be real concerned about the acidity on this one. Also to this, we're going to add a tablespoon of mustard seed. And also in this, we're going to add a little bit more whole spices. Again, whole spices will give it a good flavor without causing cloudiness and darkening later on. We have 2 to 2.5 sticks of cinnamon and 3 whole cloves. We'll tie them up in a cheesecloth bag again, just like we did with the beets on the previous program. And we're then going to put this on to heat and bring it to a boil and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. That'll give it a chance to blend some of the flavors. Make sure you tie the cloth tight enough that you're not going to lose these later on. And as I said, this will simmer for 10 minutes. Brine simmered for 10 minutes and we're ready to combine the ingredients that we've got here now. Now you notice that this one is called a pickle. But it doesn't have one of the real common pickle ingredients, and that we don't have any salt added to this, so that those of you that are interested in a low sodium diet, this may be one that you might want to give a try to. The next step is very simple. We simply combine the carrots we've got there. We pour the brine over the top of that. Now just like all pickles, this is going to be better after it's set for a while. It doesn't have to set for 2 weeks or so, but I would let it set overnight if at all possible, or during the day before you serve it, so that the brine has time to penetrate into the center of the carrot. For Oklahoma Gardening, this is Barbara Brown.